Hey, what is up, guys? You have made it to week 2, and should be feeling pretty good about yourself. Usually week 2, this is around make or break it time where people start to say that I've tried carnivore diet or all them kind of things. Like I did carnivore for a week or 2 weeks or any of that kind of nonsense. How I started on with the carnivore diet was, all the claims and all that. So I wanted to give a really objective opinion about the whole thing, and like try it for 3 to 4 months to see just how crazy those claims were. Like if the diet could really back it up. And sure, it did. My mind is mentally clear. My body feels great. Um, I had like I don't know what exactly it was, but something was going on with my elbow from my daughter's car seat when she was just born. You know how they have it backwards and whatnot, and you have to push on back of the carrier to lift it up out of the little tray thing that they have there. I I forget what it's called, but yeah, for like that, doing that like or every day, at least twice a day for I don't know, almost a year. Like it gave me some weird, maybe tennis elbow. I don't know. I don't know. I never got it checked out or whatnot. But anywho, so it would like that would hurt my performance with weighted pull-ups. Because if I didn't, we all reach a point where we know we can push further in our workouts, and it when I go to push further, when like I can feel it screaming, enough. Like don't put. There's a point of no return. It's not like say, the term no pain no gain. That's true to extent. Like when you like fight for those last reps, like on a bench press or a squat, you're like, no, your voice like, I don't want to do it anymore. But then you got to push past that. That's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about like you can literally feel, there's everybody's mindful of. They know once they push past a certain point, something's gonna give. It's like something's gonna tear. Something we all feel it. We all know it. It's not the same thing as you just wanting to pretty much bitch out of the last rep or whatnot. And that's okay. We all do. Just don't do it again. When that time comes, just get those reps in. So, but anywho, going back, I wanted to do it because they claim all these health ailments, all these your joint pain, and all this goes away. Well, turns out it did actually go away. To a certain extent. Like the longest I've done the carnivore diet was like 4.5 months in a row, no cheating, no nothing. But I also got super shredded. So when I give clients diets and all, I always like what I put them is no cheating. You're no cheating. You're gonna stick to the diet for 4 months. There's like that. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it, because dieting, no, it is not linear. But if you stick to the diet that I give you with the calories, you weigh them all out, you will get shredded. There's no doubt about it. You can go onto my website. My last cut, I got shredded. You can see it on there. But what happened after that was I started to cheat a lot, eating a lot of junk food and whatnot. And so I developed a lot of fat back. So I'm doing this again to get ripped again. I'm gonna do this for 4 months. So we're gonna have a video every day for 4 months. So get used to seeing my face. Yes, I am a Pittsburgh fan. I just want to get that out of the way. We'll see if the Steelers go. Well, that's not the Steelers, but I'm Pittsburgh fan across the board. We'll see if the Steelers do anything this weekend. I know they like to talk a lot, but the past decade they haven't really shown anything, and Super Bowl wise. But anywho, this video is neither here nor there. But so I got fat again, for me. Well, I mean, yeah, statistically you could call it fat. Like, even though I still look like I'm in shape or whatnot, I know I feel not at my best because I've been doing, diet and health since I was 19, and like that's just who I am now. For me, when I feel lean, I feel great. That's when I'm at my prime. So when I get anything like over that, I don't feel good. I don't like it. It's not who I am. You can call it I don't know, shallow, if that's even the right term, but I know for me, I feel good when I'm really lean, and I know other people do. I don't think it's so much of a shallow thing. It's, you like to feel good. So there's nothing wrong with being lean. There's nothing wrong with it. And I understand the culture of, just love yourself and all. But how, like, if you know truly, how can you love yourself if you can't just sit there and love yourself. You have to do things. You have to go through processes. You have to go through struggle. You have to work. You have to work for what you want in your mind. That's when you're able to accept yourself and be happy. If you don't agree with that, that's fine. You can put it in the comments below and tell me that I'm wrong. I'm alright with that. But, so, you made it 2 weeks. So here's here's a really big thing, and this happened to me last night. Since you're on the carnivore diet, most, your body's totally switched over. It's feeling really great. So here's a funny thing that you may start noticing. You'll wake up at 1, 2 in the morning, and you will feel so refreshed, so recovered, like you just slept so great. It's got to be 8, 9 hours later. And in reality, you only slept 4 or 5, depending on what time you went to bed. And you're like, wow, I feel recovered. I literally felt like I could have gone down last night, got my coffee, or early this morning, whichever. Got my coffee and would have been ready to roll, But somehow it took me 2 hours of having to go back to sleep. So, but you can start expecting that, So if you want to combat that, maybe have a book or something next to your bed to read. So that way, it doesn't go to waste. Take advantage of these little time gaps that you get, because we live in even though, there's with all the coronavirus stuff that's going on, we live in a pretty crazy thing where we are busy, but we're not busy. If you narrowed it down, written down everything that you do in a day, you're 80% of it probably non-productive. That moves you forward in life. So, that could be the case. I could be wrong with that. I'm not going to say that is what's going on with your life, because that would be irresponsible of me. But I just know from what I see around me. So it could be subjective. But, so you can start expecting that, you feel really well, for some reason at the 2-week point. This is when you really start feeling prime, your mind really starts getting clear. If you were depressed before this diet, a lot of those symptoms will start to alleviate. A lot of anxiety will go away. A lot of mental issues will go away. You feel energized, just primed, ready to go. You'll start to see a little bit of leanness inside, in the mirror. The scale will start moving down. But I've already made this point in my other video, I can't remember, but you have the importance of tracking your calories. Get a scale. There's only like 10 to 12 bucks at your local Walmart or whatnot, or wherever you want to get it. You can find them cheap. Get one. I can't tell you how much of an importance this is, especially with having your health be number one in this day and age. Calories matter, okay? Because yes, you can you can do the carnivore diet. Wow, I almost just said you can do the coronavirus. You can do the carnivore diet without tracking calories for sure, but but you're probably not going to lose all that much fat. And the narrative is like, you do the carnivore diet, eat until you're satisfied to put in a lot of nutrients or whatnot to get your health back on track. And I agree with that to a certain extent. But if you when you start losing fat and whatnot, the health starts taking care of itself. A lot of issues come from being overweight, come from having too much fat on your body. So that's like a pure reason to do it. It just takes why stall? Why stall on the fat loss? Eating until, because there's not going to be no magical point where you're like, hey, my health is all clear or whatnot. You could that could take 2 to 3 months if you didn't track your calories and you never lost any weight or whatnot on the carnivore diet. It's hard to tell, but I do know it's not hard to tell when you start losing fat. All your health ailments start going away. So you get a food scale, track all your calories, and what else can be said about that? But that's it. All right. If you want to go back, I'll put a link under the below, or one of those pop-up things for if you're new to this video,